Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the month of October. Ooh, Halloween. Yes, I'm wearing a costume, but hey, it's Halloween. Today, this weekend, I bought Five Nights at Freddy's, the Twisted one. Now, just to let you guys know, as I said, Five Nights at Freddy's, I'm absolutely obsessed with. Absolutely obsessed with. Either way, let's get into talking about this book. Now, the Twisted one is a book that is a sequel to the first book, which is The Silver Eye. And it takes place actually a year after the Silver Eye. Now, something you gotta understand about the book series is that the book series kind of has similar story to the original game and the original lore, but it's a completely different, it's like in an alternate timeline or an alternate universe or whatever it is. I'm not gonna get into it because if I got into it, this video would just go on forever. Let's just say I'm really know a lot about the lore. Either way, let's talk about this book. Now, the Twisted one, I actually think this book is a lot better than the first one. And there's actually going to be a third one because of the way this ended, and also it was confirmed in the Freddy files. I had to show that off. I'm sorry, I'm showing off all my Freddy swag. But okay, now onto the book. Now, the Twisted one takes place a year after the incidents of the Silver Eye, and the main character, Charlie or Charlotte or whatever her name is, whatever her name is trying to come with terms of finding out about her father's big secret, about the disappearance of her brother, and finding out that all the children 10 years prior to the Silver Eye were kidnapped by a costumed maniac. So it's a year later, and she got into a big fight with her Aunt Jen, and now she's living in college, and she's doing robotics, ironically, because that's exactly what her father did, was robotics. And she was building this robots, and they were weird and stuff like that. Most of the stuff in this book answers a lot of questions, but at the same time, the answers are actually questions that lead into more questions. And let's just say that it's just messed up. It's actually kind of gory too, but all of a sudden, as she's going through her school stuff, the police call her and say, hey, we found a body. We wanted you to confirm, because back in the Silver Eyes, the main character, William Afton, or Dave, went inside a spring-locked suit and was killed, supposedly, and had these weird scars and marks. And so when Charlie went to go see the body looked exactly like Dave's, all mangled up, and like a machine got a hold of it and decided to chew on it. And then a bunch of more bodies show up. There was a tornado that went through her town, hit her father's house, and she was all this sentimental crap and spooky memories. And throughout the whole book, she was wondering why her twin was kidnapped by the costumed bunny guy instead of her, and that was repeated throughout that. That was kind of a common theme throughout the book. And then she discovers there's these animatronics that will bury themselves, like they can run on their own free will. And they're like twisted, mangled, nasty-ass forms of like Freddy and Bonnie, and this weird twisted-ass form of a wolf or whatever it is. And they're after Charlie. And so she decides to let one of them kidnap her. One of them shoves them inside of her chest, goes to this unbeknownst location that turns out to be underneath her father's house. And they run into William Afton, who they thought was dead, because earlier in the book, I kind of actually want to touch on this. They go back to the remains of Freddy Fazbear's, and they find a dead body, and the dead, I'm not making any sense. But either way, in the book, they found William Afton in a spring-locked suit, and his body was oozed and all that good stuff. Let's just say that I don't want to reveal the ending. But there's, like I was saying earlier, I had to stop it because I didn't want to. If you want to find out more, read the book. And that's the reason why I just realized that I was about to reveal the ending for you. And as I said, I could ramble on and on and on about this, but I actually like this book. I loved how when they were in the remnants of Freddy's Fazbear Pizzeria, because they tore it down, they found Dave's body, and they thought he was dead, but he turns out he's not because, well, he's Springtrap. And I just love this book. But as I said, there's more questions than answers, and then the answers themselves lead to more questions. As I said, the recurring theme is that her twin brother was kidnapped at Fazbear Diners, Sammy, and she's been wondering why did he take him? Why didn't he take her? Well, she asked that question to Springtrap, and Springtrap is like, "Oh, I didn't take your brother, I took you." What the fuck? And what the fuck? It just I don't want to. There's other questions that I want to go on about, but I'm afraid that I'm gonna go on too much, and I'd reveal too much of the book. But the Twisted one was way better than I think than this one, the Silver Eye. But come on, Silver Eye was the beginning. But this book was really, really fucking good. I enjoyed the shit out of it. I like the fact that it did dive deep into the lore of Fnaf, even though the book technically isn't a part of the video game franchise. But either way, I'm going to I told you guys, I'm obsessed with this deal. I have an entire timeline that I think is the correct timeline, but as I said, I can't go into it. Thank you for listening to my obsession. As I said, for the rest of month of October, I'm going to dress up because, well, it's Halloween. Again, Twisted one was a really good. If you want a quick read, and if you are, you know, a FNAF fan like myself, I'd advise you to get the Twisted one. But before you do, make sure you read the Silver Eye first, because this book wouldn't make any sense. Then there's the Freddy Inquires, which actually goes really in deep. That's also, but I'm sorry. Anyway, I gotta stop obsessing and end this video. I hope you enjoyed the book. I hope you enjoyed this review. I hope you guys go out and buy the book. Five Nights at Freddy's is just, I love Five Nights at Freddy's. Absolutely love it. With that said, we'll all see you in the next video. So long, and thanks for all the fish.